or water or anything like that?
It's just like the airport. The only thing you can bring in is a photo ID.
Okay.
That's right. No phones, purses, jackets, hats. So we had to cut a hole in Marielle's shirt and make do. We then sent her back into the clinic where she was briefed on the likely procedure, but was mostly relegated to the waiting room. And that's when something dumbfounding happened. Meet, we'll call her patient X.
How far along are you?
And as we later found out, it was actually worse.
Did you get your ultrasound? Yeah, I mean, further along. I'm get this big head or whatever. Like putting in 32.
I have to pause this. 32 weeks. The baby, this woman is about to kill.
Like thousands every day
It's
across the
32
country,
weeks
this woman
old.
was going to end her 32 week, that's 8 months, her 8 months old baby's life. For reference, this is what a 32 week old potential rose looks like. Fully developed, entirely viable, and without a doubt, not a clump of cells or a zygote, but a baby. And perfectly legal to kill. But it's one thing to look at laws on a page. Let's simply let the nurses and patient X tell you what this experience is like. Not on a podium or a news panel, but behind closed doors when they think no one is watching.
Alright, hold on. I have to tell you what they said. There's an injection that stops the fetal heartbeat.
We're just kind of chatting about where we're from and yeah. There's a whole anti-choice movement of people that get into the waiting rooms and then sit in the waiting rooms. Oh no! Wow. Yeah.
I just don't think that's right. 32 weeks. It's not right. Like they're supposed to get bigger than what they are. There's no way. They're just here for money.
They're just here for the money.
I've like went 2 different times. It's not like I haven't tried to take the one time it was next 10 weeks. Couldn't take the pill. They couldn't get me in for a surgical thing. And try and find the time to get back and do it. So that was number 1. Number 2, I went at 18 weeks. It was right before Thanksgiving. And that doctor didn't feel comfortable doing it because of that scar tissue. And so I told that guy, don't look at that in there. And he's like, yeah, it's really thick on one side. It's really thin on the other. He's like, but then they were like, well, there's a hospital nearby. And I just don't know. Like, that's what I'm just like. I mean, because the uterus, that's a muscle. And that's a very, like, delicate, like, I mean, you can have perforated or whatever. Yeah, that's scary. What if something happens to me? Should I do it? Should I not? I know my husband all the time was like, he's gonna regret this. Like, you don't need to do this. Like,
The husband's trying to talk her out of it.
I'm like, you're not the one that has to get out breathing that I do.
Listen,
Just between my
I'm going to let you go to this channel. Okay, undercover video of abortion clinic. If you're a brother, if you're a Christian, and you sit there, there's nothing I can do. I can't vote. My voice will not be heard. No one cares what I say because I'm crazy, right? But you have a voice. All of you people with your I don't vote ideologies, we are not in charge of who's elected. Do you mean to tell me that Jesus Christ, that this is his will? How dare you? You're going to actually try to tell me that this is God's will and that we shouldn't do anything about it? That we won't vote? We won't do anything because we're powerless to stop it? 300 million confessing Christians in this country, in this planet. I'm sorry. 300 million confess Christ. there are 75 million claiming Christians in our country right now that will tell you they're filled with the Holy Spirit, that will tell you it don't even matter. Do you know how I know you're all a bunch of crap? You know how I know? Because this exists. Because this exists. I never even heard of this. Have you been preaching it in church? Because it's been legal in Colorado for a while now. I've never heard one of your mouths flap about this third trimester abortion law. So you know what? There is rare circumstances where the baby's born alive. So guess what happens then? They kill it. These are babies that could easily be saved. How hard does a person have to be to wipe out that life? How crazy do you have to be to stop that beating heart? How horrible are we? You filthy Christians, all of us, every single one of us, because we're doing nothing about it but watching it happen. We're doing nothing. And if you tell me I'm doing everything I possibly can. I'm going to the people who have the money, who have the power to do something about it, but are so frustrating. You have any idea how hard it is to tell someone that we can do something about this? Only have them attack you about something stupid in your life. The devil has you so tight in his grip. Do you know what it feels like to have those people who say they love you only be able to focus on the fact that your mental illness is uncured, is uncured, not cured? Yah has not cured me for a reason. I don't know it. Do you have any idea how hard it is for me to walk into a church? Because I know what's going to happen. I know that they're going to hate me. I know that they're going to escort me out eventually. And that's all there is to it. Because I want to know why we are not doing anything about this. Are we stepping up and voting these people out of office? Are we putting a candidate that will stop this? No. They wouldn't survive anyway. You think the enemy would allow a Holy Spirit-filled Christian walk into the White House? But all of you Christian folk, all you good Christian folk that refuse to listen because you know better than me, right? Who's going to listen to a man named Paul that wrote most of his letters from prison? How could you get over that you are superior to me? That you are better than I am? That you're closer to the Lord than me? And my lifestyle reflects it. I don't think so, dude. I see things in here covered with dust that of course I could throw them out, but I also know that I could get about $60 if I went and sold them at the mall. I need that $60. I need that money. I have not received, let me put it this way. It's common and well-known knowledge that I have nothing, that I'm being evicted from this pit of despair, which is just fine. I'm going to have to start all over again. My secular friends, they're going to help me find an apartment, and I'm probably going to get a mattress from Faciras. But everything else, everything in this room, I have to take all the electronics apart because of roaches and whatever else crawled up in there for the heat and the comforting, whatever. But this is not about me. This is about people who know so much more than me. This is about people that are trying to change me, so my words fall on deaf ears. Do you think it's easy for me to walk into a church knowing that I'm going to be despised? That happened to me on 5th Street. My daughter and I went there. And I'm not, no exaggeration. I got two escorts, 2 security guards that were standing behind me. Because the first time that I went in there, and this is on 5th Street, right off of Penn, a couple blocks up from Penn. I went in there the one time and I broke down crying, and I hadn't cried in so long that it just came out. And then I got escorts. I got a fair warning for you. Don't start jumping up and down in front of the church, talking in tongues, begging God to enlarge your borders and your shores. And then when He sends someone into your church, don't ostracize them, because you're asking for trouble. You're bragging. You're boasting. You are putting yourself above and beyond what you're able to receive, what you're able to deal with. Quite frankly, when you start that, guess who's going to walk in your door? Hosea, Isaiah. You're not going to enjoy it. Okay, because Yah, the Elohim Tzvot, the one true God, is going to send a prophet right into your midst. And that prophet is either going to, A, tell you what the truth is, or B, pray for you, stand up and walk out. But usually, the prophet will never lie to you. The prophet will tell you exactly what's in the scriptures, and that's it. And then once you decide, well, that's not that important, let's talk about the Christmas wreaths and the Christmas trees. Yes, all over the place. That is a severe pagan. Look up Jeremiah 1:10 or 10:1. Yah specifically said don't do that. It's a pagan festival. You know it's a pagan festival, but you want that smell in your house? Fine. But don't claim. That's 99% of Christianity. That 1%, that Christmas tree. So, church, it's your fault. It's our fault that those babies are being killed. Okay? Because 28 weeks, 32 weeks, that's a baby. They're born all the time. They survive. They live. They thrive. But you know what, man? I'm going to tell you this because it's the truth. If it was not for the Holy Spirit, I couldn't believe in Christianity. Because the people are so dangerous. Okay? You don't tell someone you love them if you don't love them. If you don't want nothing to do with them, don't put your hand out and shake their hand and wink your eye at them. Don't give them that fake smile. Just keep on walking. Be honest. It's always better. Because when you find that person that believes that nonsense and then you hurt them, guess who you're hurting? Christ. Yup. You're turning them against Christ. So you should be aware of that.